For more than 100 years, this has been the palace on the hill that's welcomed the jet set, the seriously rich, and stars of the silver screen. Featuring in films such as the Peter Sellers classic, The Return of the Pink Panther.
Excuse me. Yes? You know the way to the Palace Hotel?
Yes.
It's at the luxurious end of the market, where the most humble room costs $500 a night. And you can see why, because the devil's in the detail. For the owners, it's being mine host. It's good for business, and it's very personal. For you, mine host, that quintessential phrase, what Conrad Hilton called "be my guest," what does it mean to you?
If you want to be a good host, you should treat the people in your hotel like you would treat a good friend who comes and stays with you at home. He's your guest and you look after him.
From my understanding, you are a resort hotel where a lot of business is done.
The Concorde was born here in this lobby on the table, where the British came to meet the famous Mr. Dassault and discuss the whole project and the collaboration. A lot of people do business here by meeting the right people at the right moment.
For Shirt, this is his home, following in his father and grandfather's footsteps. He's the third generation to manage the palace.
It's so much human interaction in everything we do. And so it's always a bigger challenge to get it right.
Okay, I can see that. But mistakes will happen.
Of course.
And it's really how you handle those situations, isn't it?
Constant training to making sure you have the right people. And you have to have people who love the job.
What do you do with a difficult guest?
Well, I remind him that we're a castle and we have a dungeon.
Good answer. But you are the top of the tree. You're the GM. I'm going to be one of your concierges, or at least watching. Tell me your ethos, your concept, so I can execute your vision.
I always say at the palace, there's never a no. There's never a no.
With the voice of the general manager ringing in my ears, I head to the front line of hospitality. Here you find hotel stars in their own right.
It's like the three monkeys. I don't talk, I don't see, I don't hear. But we know everything.
This is like your orchestra, isn't it?
Yeah, right, exactly. I'm just the director.
You're just conducting the way the hotel's going. We've asked you to try and, for a local person here, to try and find him to get him on the train.
Why not? To sit maybe in the front and driving the train.
Can you make it happen?
We can try. Do you want to help me?
If I'm going to help you, I need to be dressed like you. Look, a jacket just like yours.
No. You didn't earn the golden keys. Maybe later.
That told me I haven't earned the golden keys. But what are these keys and what do they mean? Isa Suarez is in London.
These symbols, Richard, are a mark of excellence. Awarded to only the best concierges by the Golden Key International Honour Society.
The Stafford London Concierge, good morning. This is Frank speaking. How may I help you?
And Frank Leno, well, he's considered an outstanding member. For more than a decade, he has worked at the Stafford in St James, London, the general manager's right hand.
Morning, boss.
Morning, Frank. You okay? Got a VIP client arriving.
Famous for its American bar during World War II, this was a place US and Canadian officers stationed in London would gather. Now, mementos, gifts, as well as images of more recent guests adorn the walls. But no matter the calibre of those who have entered, Leno has been neither shaken nor stirred by any of them. So if I wanted to be a concierge, what would you say are the golden rules?
Know your clients. Notes. Remember names and faces. People love to be recognised and remembered. So that's the first rule.
Discretion is key here.
You will see things that you should know about but never repeat. When you're welcoming a client back, be careful with that. Are they with the same person they were before? Don't forward mail. Be careful with your email correspondence. Don't necessarily refer back to things that happened before. Those kind of things. Discretion is a big part of the job.
Can you shed any light on some of the quirkiest requests you've had?
Shipping a London bus, that was good fun. Arranging Tai Chi on horseback for a particular client. But the most bizarre request I had was actually a marriage proposal. So I had a client who wanted me to marry his daughter. It was quite a serious request.
Beyond the hotel, Leno's work is on London streets. He created the Secrets of St James guided tour, offering exclusive entry to private spaces and an alternate perspective to local landmarks. Each handshake reflects a carefully crafted relationship, a throwback really to the early days of when a concierge was paid for his connections only in tips.
We're in Lock & Co, the oldest hat shop in the world. This is the shop where the bowler hat was invented for Lord Cook as a means of protecting the groundsmen's heads from low branches.
And quite a lot of famous customers I see.
Yeah, Charlie Chaplin. Our clients love these kind of old traditional businesses that are still present here in St James's.
A concierge must wear many hats and become interwoven within the local community, and building trust takes time as well as a particular demeanour.
What do you do to try and gain their trust? What do you have to do?
You have to be nice to people on the way up because they're going to rise with you. Some of the people that I know that are now in very prominent roles started off as at the bottom. And you have to be professional, you have to be sincere. Nobody likes a fake. You have to know when to push, but not to be pushy. And that's an art form.
Do you think, Frank, that perhaps being a concierge is a dying profession?
Apps are great, and P2P review sites are fantastic, all of that. But I think what people struggle with is too much information, and they get paralysed as a result and find it difficult to actually make a decision. And that's where the role of the concierge in hotels comes into its own, because we've been there and got the T-shirt. We are your local knowledge. We stand or fall on our own recommendations.
For Leno, in order to wear the keys on his coat, he had to earn the keys to the city.